What is up, bros? Hey, dudes. Long time no see. Welcome back to another episode of Porch Time, episode number 61.
60 what?
61. It has been a minute. We were going to be on the porch today, but it's 5 below zero. So we're actually in here where it's warm, talking to you today. But Troy and I were talking. We said, you know what? We need to bring Porch Time back. It's time to run it back. And so you're going to be seeing more of these in the days. Troy, what are you doing, brother?
Bro, the fire's going to go out, man.
You know what's interesting? I'm glad he mentioned this. This wasn't planned at all. So, you ever notice how God gets your attention through some of the most random ways? For me, being outside in nature, it's amazing how God gets my attention. And normally I'm sitting outside when these things are cooking. Some of you guys remember this stove. You went through about 17 cords of wood in one winter. But Troy clearly is adding more wood to a already warm fire. So Troy, what are you doing?
So B, listen up. I love fire. I love January 1st. I love new beginnings. If you know me, I'm the king of fresh starts. I'm the king of starting strong. I'm the king of new beginnings. So I love this time of year because it's a chance to refocus, to just get things back on track. Maybe they go a bit off track. But every year, Melissa and I go, and we go before New Year's because I don't like to start my planning after New Year's. So we usually go 3, 4, 5 days before New Year's. We go to a cabin, and I don't care what the cabin's like as long as it has a fireplace, because I want to sit there, me, Melissa, Jesus, and a fire. And as I was sitting there this past January, I noticed that the fire kept doing this thing, and that thing was going out. And I kept saying to myself, why does this fire keep going out? And then I realized, Troy, all fires go out eventually. A fire can't keep burning. It needs help to keep burning. You've got to take and you've got to push the wood together. You've got to tend to that fire. You've got to add some more wood to it. You've got to make sure air's flowing in there. And if you'll do that, B, man,
It'll do what God intended it to do.
It'll do exactly what God's intended it to do. And so that reminds me that this year, one of the things I want to make sure I'm doing is staying connected. I've got to stay connected. I can't do what I need to do. I can't succeed in my recovery. I can't succeed in leading HopeQuest. I can't succeed in being the husband I want to be to Melissa.
Or recovery.
Unless I'm connected.
Because the opposite of addiction is connection. And so one of the things we want to challenge you with as we sort of bring back Porch Time is maybe for you, we want to challenge you this week. Take a step into connection. Maybe you've been disconnected for a little bit. One of the things Troy and I can both tell you, 10 out of 10, every time somebody has a lapse or a relapse or they find themselves in the ditch again, without fail, they have removed themselves from connection, from community, from relationships, from the people who care about them and they care about. And so maybe for you, it's reaching out to somebody that you came through the program with. Send a text, pick up the phone, call somebody, call one of your accountability partners. Maybe it's getting on the Zoom call.
Tuesday nights, we have an alumni Zoom. Dale and Robert are leading that, and it's a great opportunity just to connect, to check in, to hang out with guys. They get it. They understand. You don't have to explain anything to those guys. Tuesday nights, if you want more info on that, we put them in the show notes maybe, and also on the Trek Alumni network page.
Yeah, check that out there too. And so the other thing I wanted to mention, put it on your calendar now. Speaking of connection, November 7th and 8th, we're going to be doing Celebrating Freedom. And this year is going to be by far the biggest thing.
Probably the best one ever.
It's going to be the biggest thing we've ever done, I think. We've got some surprises already planned. I've even already put a little RSVP on the alumni app website thing. Go get on there and click your RSVP And what we're hoping is to get as many of you back for this weekend as possible.
Melissa and I'll do our normal marriage thing. We've got
Yeah.
some other super exciting things planned. It's going to be a great weekend.
We're doing something that I don't think has been done in the city of Atlanta before. I'll just tell you that. So one of the things we're also going to be looking at doing is, obviously we're telling you now so you can start thinking ahead, planning, travel, all that stuff. We'll be talking to hotels that are close by to where the venue is going to be, and we're going to block off some rooms and make it available. Or you can just go stay at Troy's house if you need to, or one of your bros that lives here in Atlanta. You can't stay at my house because me and Patrick are there, and my wife and daughter and my other child, which will be here early April, which is just a crazy thought.
Kid number 2.
Yeah, it's a terrifying thought. But
so let me tell them one other thing. Because April 27th, 28th, 29th, the last weekend in April, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is our annual walking free retreat. And last year we had some Trek alums come. There's always Trek alums that are local Atlanta Trek alums because they're in local Atlanta walking free groups. We've had guys come from out of town. I'd love to see more Trek guys come this spring to that event. I'll be teaching. Worship will be awesome. So April 27th, 28th, 29th, we need to put that on the network as well.
Yeah, we'll put all that on there. So all that to say, it's so good to see each one of you. You all look handsome and amazing, and we'll be running these Porch Times. We've resurrected it from the grave. They will be back. We've got some exciting things coming this year, and we just thought we'd just create a video and let you see Troy's beautiful his beard, his stash.
The biggest thing we wanted you to see is the fire. Because listen, here's the bottom line. I get asked all the time, hey, how effective is the Trek program? And you know what? We're not perfect. People aren't perfect. Not everyone who comes through here stays better. But most guys that come through here do well long term. But here's the key, B. In my opinion, hands down, the thing that differentiates guys that do well post-Trek and guys that struggle post-Trek, it's that connection issue.
Yeah, hands down.
If you stay connected, if you make phone calls, if you stay connected to your guys, if you get connected to people at your church when you get back home, you will flourish, because the opposite of addiction is indeed connection. And so, guys, I just want to encourage you, as B said a minute ago, do something to connect this week. When you see this video, let this video remind you, hey, I'm going to reach out. I'm going to call. I'm going to text. I'm going to touch base. I'm going to get on the Zoom call. I'm going to log into the app. But let's connect, because together we're better.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
So this is your sign from God. So the other thing, I don't know, maybe you're wired like me sometimes. You're waiting on somebody else to pick up the phone or send you a text or call. You do it. You take the initiative. It's your recovery. It's your life. Make it count. Make this day count. And until next time, man, get out of our living room.
See you guys, episode 62.